And let's go right into Citizen Sleeper, which is definitely has some influence from role-playing games. We get a bunch of things. We get a bunch of slots. I didn't realize we could get one for every class. So, we've almost found and destroyed the protocols for destroying AI on the system, which would give me and our vending machine friend, who is actually a navigator, full control of the system, the station. Which, yeah, will give us some power. Let's say. We were helping Lem take care of Mina. We tried to kill the man that came to kill us. Apparently we still need to meet them at the Compressor Club. We helped the doctor get some dirt on her gangster employers. The back alley doctor. We have the imprinted ship mine still. We've made friends with the bar, where we've been barkeeping as an engineer, because why not? And have started to build a brewery. And our friend down here, we repaired their ship, gave them a new ship mine, sold them a new ship mine. And now we're supposed to go track down the people that stole the old one. But we need a lot of money to cross this. 100? Yeah, we have 5. We also need to explore the Free Spoke at some point. I think once we've done this, we can cross. Though maybe that's a one-time cost, or it might be an every-time cost. I don't really know. Ooh, we have a bunch of 6s. That's good for... That was good for something. We want Lem to go with us if we choose to leave on this starship. Or rather, I would like to give Lem my spot. We can still buy the stabilizer. That's good to know. E-House does what? I don't remember. Oh! Ambler House. Hand in the gum box. Is that the name of this thing? Oh yeah, that's it. Tambler box. We got a hand in the gum box. I feel stupid about doing this, but the penguin says take me to Tambler, and this is the only Tambler you can find. Neutral outcome, question mark, Fenn's gum box. Witcher looks at you with suspicion as you hand over the box. Is this the right place? As you go to leave the Tambler tea house, a hand falls on your shoulder. Sleeper? Sleeper! Fang hisses from behind you. How'd you find me? Penguin. Penguin? What do you mean? Thinks for a second. Oh, do you mean he mimes throwing gum into his mouth? That wasn't meant for you specifically, but he cringes. Look, doesn't matter. Come, let's sit. Feng guides you down a set of stairs to one of Tambor's lower levels. The tea house is stacked with curved mezzanines, all connected by a central atrium. The levels are filled with makeshift booths and bars. And conversation bounces busily off the metal walls. Okay, this thing that's really helping my lighting is painful on my eyes, so it's gonna have to go away. I'm gonna have to get dark here, and that's fine. Ooh, I can see again. Fang sees you looking around. This place used to be a fuel tanker's main drum, hence the name, the tea house. Oh no, hence the name. The tea house part is a bit of a misnomer, though. You can get anything the eye offers from this place, but real tea isn't exactly readily available. He picks a booth, itself fashioned from some old salvage tanker container, lined with spongy insulating foam, and collapses into it. He looks around fugitively. You don't suppose you've seen any hainage types? They don't usually come this far out. Fang, what's going on? Well, I'm suspended, and that's the first thing. The second thing, I'm pretty sure Hardin wants to drop me off the rim of the eye. He grins. Doesn't bother me, though. Shows we hit a nerve back there. He picks a scrappy hand-scrawled menu from the table and tosses it over. What are you drinking? Look at the menu. Frank is right. The menu is ridiculous. There are at least 10 different infusions, most of which you can't make out, but the paper is dominated by an extensive complement of esoteric alcohols and cocktails. Black tea is listed without a price as a seasonal specialty. He ran into Hardin. Was he pissed? Feng doesn't wait for an answer. The snake is so self-righteous he might actually believe that Erlin would approve of his meteocratic bullshit. Taps on the table. If Havenage was like it should be, like it was founded to be, they would have shouted him down at any council meeting he dared to mention true citizens. He sighs, but I guess his kind kind of runs this place now. Young woman with a vine tattoo snaking up her arm turns up at the booth, a slate in hand. The orders? You skim the menu, your eyes glaze over. Time to pick something. A kelp infusion, I guess? Hey, Cogswell, how are you doing this fine Tuesday? Hope you're having a good day. Given that you seem to be home at a normal time, I assume it was better than yesterday. She nods and notes it. And you? She begins looking at Fang, but when she sees him, she suddenly stops. What the? Fang shrinks a little. You're supposed to be working. This is your shift, he grinned sheepishly. We work here. Fang waves at you to be quiet. Look, Jenna, let's just say that this is my break. My friend here has been through a lot. Jenna looks between the two of you. Nod. Fang also starts nodding. 2 minutes, says Jenna. 2 minutes, Jenna says, pointing at Fang. And only because I don't want to get dragged into whatever this is. She gestures at the table and walks off. It's so goddamn hot. Yeah, it's been raining here as well, so it's pretty humid. I don't know what it's like over there right now, but it's pretty hot here. Not as hot as it could be for in August, to be fair, but yeah. What? Fang stretches out in the booth. You know how it is. We have to eat. Plus, he leans in. This is the best place around here to find a person you might be looking for. Who? Remember the web of connections that Hardin pinged the moment we confronted him? Those are his collaborators, and we want to understand what a Solheim executive might be getting up to on the Eye. Those are the people we have to find. Frank is almost whispering now. There's a couple of them I suspect are in the low end, and well, almost everyone in the low end comes through this place at one time or another. He brings a modified slate onto the table. I've set this up so that when anyone with the network signature I'm looking for comes into close proximity, it'll mark them. Once they're marked, we can break through their access protocol to get all the good stuff inside. We're gonna hack some dudes again. Yeah. I'm down for hacking dudes. Hence me, Moonlight and as a waiter. Suddenly a smile grows across his face. Wait, I have an idea. Oh no. Look, I can't cover enough of the low end on my own. So far, I've had no matches in this place. With 2 of us, we can cover more ground. What am I getting into? Well, Fang takes a hard dog look. We need to get you out and about in the low end, in close proximity to as many people and residents as possible. And it turns out my friend Minji needs some help with the deliveries. As in Minji Express? You already know him. Perfect. Then places a tiny receiver on the table. This connects to my slate and runs the same marking protocol if you get near any of our targets. So all you have to do is take some delivery shifts for old Minji, and soon enough we'll have the place covered. Bang. Don't give me that. You think I like working here? And I thought you could use the tips, he grins. We're in this together, right? Fucking right, I guess. I'm enjoying it enough to play it again. I've only had 2 issues with the game thus far, one of which is the randomization screwed me on the dice rolls for like 5 turns. And I don't know if that's a preset thing because it kind of worked for the way the story I think was supposed to be told, at which point I would be very upset if the dice rolls were set for story. It's the same story. We managed to not die. It took us several turns or cycles to get anything done, but we managed to not die. That and we got the buddy's gun and tried to shoot him in the head, and it did not work out that well. So there's some very angry people now. Okay then, Fang slips his slate back under his clothes. Just head on up to Minji Express, take a delivery shift, and we'll see what shakes up. If you manage to find anyone, extract any data, bring it right down to me. They have me on double shifts, so I shouldn't be hard to find. Dana walks past, carrying a tray of drinks, and sharply catches Fang's eye. I don't think she's bringing your drink. He stands. I think it's time we called this meeting a close. You grab the receiver from the table and slip it into a pocket. See you soon, sleeper. Stay safe. Fang adds before turning and walking off towards the bar, whistling as he does. Yo, she didn't bring us our drink. I would be upset. Yo, I know you don't like whatever is happening here, but I ordered a drink. So, how many deliveries do we need to go before we trigger anything? Six gets us a 50% chance of 2 and probably a 1. Oh, fuck. We're not doing your mission for now. Where was Lemon Mina? How many shifts do I have to cover here? This is also -1? Ah, jeez. Okay. Maybe we should just work on the ship to get our own way off of the station. The side rail assembly. You have been promoted to the assembly team working on the hull itself, welding the fabricated blocks of the ship into place. A vast job. The vast colony ship is coming together, block by block. Each cycle you see another piece slot into place. Oh my god! Look how many slices this is! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... So 24? Yeah, I think it's 24 slices, which is either going to be +1 or +2 depending on how well we do. Yo. Yo. Okay. All right. Maybe we go to the bar instead. Let's build this still. Oh, there's still so many slots here. We need some cash. 2s and 1s are kind of useless in the overworld, but we can hack some stuff down here. Hey, we stole some of their money when we jacked the information from their implants. That's no good to us. Here you go. Back to the overworld. We can sell you. Wait. The one we're selling to you, or is this the one we're selling to the other dudes? To the data broker. Caster, data broker. We need to give you... Oh, we need to do that one. Okay, so we need to sell these guys. Oh, this for you. What does this give us? 10 crypto. That's not bad. Or 10 cryo. So every 2 gets us 20 cryo. That's not terrible. I mean, I guess I don't need to sell that. We can now afford to eat. Actually, does Buddy give us... stuff for deliveries? Cryo? No, the other side gives us energy. Making the noodles. So, the question is, would I rather... Okay, what are our quests? How do I... Yeah, I know what he needs. Locate Harden's lower-end agents. Help Lem work. Move the Overlook. No. Deal with the Hunter. Oh, we need to do the spoke? We probably need to figure out the spoke. Spoke climber. Minus condition? Really? Alright, so we're gonna eat. Free spoke. Bespoke. this random ass giant spoke. The free spoke. Alright, 100% positive. Let's see if this actually hurts our condition. Oh, it doesn't. Somehow deep in the spoke, you come across a thoroughfare lit by work lamps where groups pass back and forth with ease. Another one. Yeah. Alright. So that's that entire turn. Go back to the container we live in for now, and we're going to use a scrap so that we still start with 5 dice. Another 1 and another 2. Alright, GTFO. I think I bought everything I need from Hugh? Yeah. Okay. We need to hack one of these dudes. Hi, bro. I need your brain. Sorry, I need to take what's in the implants from your brain. Oh, it wasn't one of these an engine. Oh, it's an engineering check with an injury on the other side. What's the failure for this case for this? Minus energy. This could suck. This could hurt us a lot. Hey, we got random scrap too. Alright. Neutral outcome. Pinning the coal into the still proves tricky, but you still manage to figure out a process. You just hope the finish thing works. Alright. That didn't go so poorly. Buddy back? Can we shoot him again? Try to shoot him again? No. Doctor, we still have to wait one more cycle. Oh, we found things. Import-export, spoke exporter. So, Paz knows a spacer who will take Matsutake out to the starboard belt, but only in bulk. 80 cryo for 3 batches. Paz says she has a contact who will take shipments, but she reminds you any shipment from the eye fetches a lower price. Any ship mine from the eye fetches a lower price. Sell a ship mine. Buy ship mine at 300. Paz claims the ship mine was salvaged from Solom Executive Yacht, which is why it costs so much. Midline Freight Hub. Runs freight operator. Midline runs automated freight down from Free Spoke. They need skilled operators, and you don't have a lift. You don't have to lift a single crate. Interface. Midline security. Stealing shipments from midline is going to be picked up fast, even if you're careful. Their system can't be full throttled. Steal a shipment, so we can operate it or we can steal it. But so many shipments. What's one diverted package? You would have no idea what you were stealing, but that's part of the fun. We could be a thief. Let's finish exploring this hub. Go. So that spoke climber leave. What does that trigger? Ascend car, hub access elevator. Take the ascender car to the I Central hub. Hold up. Nothing else unlocked? Oh. We're gonna give you... We have 5 data. What do you give us for this? Stories about Yatagan are brutal, but I want the truth. A vial of stabilizer should provide the motivation. Holy shit, that does provide a lot of motivation. Go. Give me the vial. That's enough for now, sleeper. I have other things to attend to. See a data broker? You restock? No? Ooh, we can almost build a ship mind. We have some stabilizer now. We're super broke, but this costs nothing to ascend, so let's go up to the... Oh! There is a center part of the station. Here we go. AE-1 mainframe. Station's central mainframe. Descend car, the hub. Explore the hub. I always got to explore the hub. Spacers socializing. The hub is thronging with spacers from across the surrogate systems. They can be a prickly bunch, but they know the place well. Or repeatable actions. Access manifest. The stacked bays house a flow of incoming and outgoing ships. The digital manifest will help you get your head around the place. Minus energy, weightless wander. Up here there's no gravity. Oh, because we're not on the spinning edge of the station, or spinning ring of the station. We're in the center area. There is no gravity, so even just moving around takes a while to get used to, let alone navigating the bays. Leave. Hack the Gibson. Let's go to the hacking mode. Let's hack all the things. Oh, there's something that's gonna hunt us up here. What do you need to access? 6? Okay. Well, I blew my 6s already. What do you need to access? A 5? My +1 doesn't work out here? Okay. Key node 422 needs a 4. We can do that. The node is barely visible. Just an access key left on some long forgotten desk in a sealed Solheim office. The override. Hack the planet. Hack all the things. We got an encrypted key. Well, whatever's gonna come for us, we have to hack one more thing. Which I can't do at the moment, so we're gonna step back out here. Hello, mainframe. Oh, we can access the mainframe immediately. The AE-1 mainframe is now mostly disused, Haven Age having set up their own master controllers. Navigator thinks Killer is hiding here. Put our friend in here. You slot Navigator and the clamp's locked. The ship mine is stuck. How are you gonna get them out of this thing? Oh no, they're gonna be the new station master lord. SSH to your heart. You slip into the cloud as easily as blinking. The Navigator is beside you, their spare casting light into the strange darkness there. This is not how a mainframe should look, a center, a point of connection. The object in front of you is severed, cut off, a rootless, branchless tree, only the trunk remains. Killer even here. Quiet, Navigator hisses, and then you see it. Like a blade in the dark, an edge slicing through the void, it glides along at a distance and winks out. Then it appears once again elsewhere, gliding once more, searching. He said quiet, and we immediately spoke again. The moment you make a sound, the edge leaps closer, and as you see it now, it's not an edge, but the ridge of a long shark head, like a shark. It glides past closer now, and you see into the voids where its eyes would be, should be. You and Navigator exchange looks, both thinking the same thing. It's blind. Killer crosses between you two, smooth as a razor, then disappears. It flickers back in, farther away now, and you move closer to Navigator to talk. It's odd too then. Killer has been blinded. We need to be careful. Correct. The protocol is clearly operating outside established limits. It may be unpredictable. You flinch as the silent killer appears closer and glides past you, its empty sockets open wide. Turn to Navigator and notice something strange. The orrery of spheres is collapsing. The orbits, usually round and even, are decaying. The spheres are following spiral paths, condensing on a central point. Whoops. The Navigator is noticing it too. They go to shift their position to better direct the spheres, but they cannot. Whatever is drawing the orrery together is holding them in place. They look at you, sudden, desperate, frantic. You go to speak, but Killer appears between the two of you, gliding through the gap. Navigator freezes, and you see them framed by the empty socket. You realize now that if Navigator cannot move, then it's only a matter of time before one of Killer's sweeps. It brings them directly through Navigator, and time is not a problem for a protocol that has been running for decades. You look desperately for a way to look around for a solution, for a way to extract Navigator from the mainframe. Then you see it. 3 branches, the last 3 thin, spindly, feeding the mainframe a thin diet of power and data. Break these and the mainframe collapses once and for all, severing the connection, shattering the hardware, whatever it takes. They must be broken. But they're encased in something, a glassy layer of protection. You'll need to unlock access before snapping them from the mainframe from good. You look at Navigator, trying to reassure them without speaking, and you blink back to reality, their expression of fear, an afterimage that slowly fades. You must act quickly. So we get 2 before the dude comes at us. Oh shit. No, apparently we didn't break any of the things we needed to do. We have no spare access keys, so there's that. So we're gonna have to open all the access keys. This controller protects the last spindly branches feeding into the mainframe. Unlock access, you might be able to break them. Yeah. Take it, damn it. Take it, Gabe. What's up here? We're gonna use this die here. Start. Hey, we got some money too. Start to draw connections from the manifest to manifest, noting the patterns and flows. There's something beautiful in the chaos. Alright, we gotta go home. See you later, buddy who's trapped and dying. Peace out. See you, maybe later if you don't die. We need to sleep. Here. That'll keep us at 5 dice. None of which are fucking usable for what things we need. Cool. Oh, Doc's back. Sabine, the slum doctor. 4 cycles, Sabine said, and here you are, right on time with no sign of them. You wait a while in the apartment, the dread descending as the cycle spins onward. They should be here. Check the terminal. You check and double check the terminal for messages or recordings. Nothing, just the pale glow and the silence. Check the door. Pace back and forward around the apartment, the rumbling of the station suddenly so present and loud. You go to the door and open it to an empty corridor. You close it again. Wait. Try to settle down and wait. You sit on the bunk and stare out of the tiny room. Where the hell are they? Knock on the door. Stay still. Another knock. Stay still. A flash, small and possibly bright, cuts through the handle of the door. It soundlessly swings open. A figure standing in the door, and immediately you know it's not Sabine. They're taller, sharper, and something in their face glints in the half-light. Is it another bot? A dark shape like a stubby baton hanging loose from her hand. Loyal Yatagana Lieutenant. I guess not. Though this is definitely a robotic arm encased in like a crystal or a plastic sleeve. Kinda like your arm, aside from the hard edges. A local sleeper. Good to finally meet you. She steps into the apartment, glancing around with sharp eyes. What, may I ask, are you doing here? She fixes you with a steady, unwavering stare. I'm doing nothing. I ain't doing shit. She laughs. No need to get jumpy. We just need to discuss our mutual friend. She walks past you into the apartment, glancing around. We set them up here, you know. This place is one of ours. She picks up a glass from the dispenser and inspects it. People always seem to forget who put them where they are. She glances at you. I suppose you're here to help? Where are they? I was hoping you would be able to help with that. She spins the baton in her fingers by her side, her eyes not leaving yours. We have a problem, you and I. It seems our friend has disappeared, left without even saying goodbye, which means they're in a little trouble now. But it's the kind of trouble you need help for, so I thought I'd come down here and take a look at their little hidey hole, and here you are, the help. She looks through the detritus on the side. And what help? A sleeper no less, which I have to admit is a little surprising. It suggests to me that our friend hasn't been very honest with you either. What do you mean? Well, I'm sorry to report that before we got them set up, Sabine was working for your owners. She pauses. Eston Arp. You blink hard at the news, unsure how to take it. Rabin looks away, waiting for a response. Stay silent. She crosses into the next room and you follow silently. She sits at the terminal and touches her baton to one of the access ports. A spark, then the terminal screen skips. Encrypted folders emptying themselves before your eyes. Yo, your baton is like a USB key? That seems like a poor use of of a baton, or the store. Like, I feel like you wouldn't want your tech in your baton, your club. In the flicker of files, you see Espen Arp letterheads and code forms, reports laden with medical data marked with the corporate logo like the sigil of some cult. Rabin steps away from the terminal. Look all you want, some of your files may even be there. The volume of the documents is overwhelming, but they seem to be mostly reports on early emulation tests, surveys with sleeper candidates, reams and reams of usage data. If Sabine was an Eston Arp employee, why did they help you? Rabba reaches over and places a vial of stabilizer on the desk. Breaks her concentration. Shimmers in the screen light. It's a vicious, clear liquid, crystalline with the glass. We will, of course, keep up the supply. We are more than able to dispense important medicines, even without the doctor. You hold it between your fingers, and for a tiny moment you have the urge to crush this object for the power it has over you. I'll ask Toshiro to make those a little cheaper for you. He'll be running the surgery now. Rabaya closes up the briefcase lab and holds it at her side. We have to retrieve our assets, of course, but I'm sure you understand. Rabaya turns on her way out. There's no reason for us to be enemies, Sleeper. Come see me. I keep an office nearby. We have good work to do, you and I. Meet me there in a few cycles. He slips out silently into the corridor. You look around the apartment and feel the fear drain out of your body to reveal the tiredness beneath. Hey, Wormhole, thanks for popping in. Hope you're having a good day. Okay, what's this two? She wants us to do 2 things for them. Oh, in 2 days. Cool. We have all these worthless 2s. Then the hub. Oh, we're starving. That's not great. Gimbal Lounge. Buy a spacer meal. Gimbal sells itself on its spinning sphere, which claims to produce therapeutic gravitational effects. It doesn't, but they sell food. Alright, show me what do I get for 18 credits? Or 18 cryo. 3, the same as the 15. So we're never doing that again. We need to hack all the things and probably get jumped by a killer. But we need a 6 and a 4. Or 6 and a 5? I don't know why it always shows a 3. Hold up. I can do anything. I can do these with 3s because there's a 3 here. I can match a 6 to a 3. Oh, okay. Gray poopit. Extract data. Let's meet killer again, I guess. Oh yeah, it seems pretty angry. A glint, like a light traveling along the edge of a wave, fills your eyes. Then the blade follows, a long head with 2 dead sockets slipping towards you in silence. You freeze, hoping it will pass by you, hoping that it will not simply slice through you like air. The blade head nears, slides past you. Almost. It nicks you. Grazes you. You're desperate to cry out, to call out. But you hold your silence and simply watch the blind eyes of the killer glide past, empty of all thought. Then the blade winks into the darkness and you are alone again. How much damage did that cause? Now you cry out. Damn it, it caused 1. Just 1. That's enough to throw off our ability to generate dice. Well, we have all these 2s and not much we can do with a bunch of 2s. Well, +1 on 2s gives us a neutral, positive, negative. It can cost us energy, though, which would suck. Ah, start action. Oh, 1 more and we'll have explored this entire place. Yay, neutral outcome. 6 equals 3. Fair enough. We can't get any 8s here, so that'll do. Okay, so we finished exploring this place, so what did that give us? Kosho capsules, spacer sleeper somethings. Rent a capsule, the only place to sleep on the hub. Hacked off a colony ship and welded to the ring. They are surprisingly expensive to rent. That's the bar. Alright, what is this? Bliss, ship mechanic on the hub. No way, Mortsy. Take those substandard filters back to the shitheels who sold them to you. You hear the voice echoing out bay you pass, and a moment later, who you assume is Mortsy drifts out of it, dragging a pallet of filter cartridges by a tether. Hey, you there. Same voice echoes through the entrance. Looking for work? Uh, sure, me? I just need a hand. Get in here. The voice is coming from someone shorter than you expect. Oh, she's floating. Bliss is... Alright. The voice is coming from someone shorter than you expect. She's floating in the microgravity of the docking bay. Besides a half-deconstructed life support unit that looks like it might have exploded at some point, she points the wrench at your direction. You know anything about any of these? She doesn't wait for an answer. Scratch that. Just help me with the casing. Help her. Alright then. She definitely moves around the unit, making space for you besides the central seam in the dented case. Just take a grip here and lift up and out, and then I get in and bolt it. She whacks the unit with a wrench. Whole thing's twisted to shit. Dig your fingers under the casing and lift it away. The metal squeals from the force. She puts her hand spinning the wrench to slip out the bolts, catching them with her other hand when they spiral free. All good. Casing lifts off, revealing the ornate piping of the interior's unit. She whistles by the mess of the ducts and filters. By the way, everyone calls me Bliss. She pats you on the shoulder, offering little in the way of an explanation. This your bay? It is for now, yeah? Whether I like it or not. She looks up at you like that should mean something. Bliss starts pushing and pulling all the ductwork, looking for fractured pipes. I like that most of the people are just like, oh shit, fucking robots here. Alright. Weird distortion. Why is there something in front of me? Oh. I'm Potato is the mic. I'm like, that's a weird problem with the camera. That doesn't seem right. The hell is that? Damn it. Thank you, Cogswell, for the redemption. Oh, do we have any more weird shadows? No? Still no idea what those were. The lighting is the same as it was yesterday. We heckle for contracts, but the good ones get snapped up by the quicker, bigger boys. So here I am trying to get this M2 unit running again for one of the freelance tugs. Small-time stuff. Hold this. She rips out a rubber pipe and hands it to you like a freshly caught fish. She rips out a ripped pipe and hands it to you like a freshly caught fish. Like fingers and mouth, I guess? Your wings. Oh, that's right. Ribs for your pleasure. We turn stuff around fast and neat, and maybe we get a chance to land something bigger. Something starts hissing in the unit. Bliss quietens it with a precise quietens it with a precise whack. Quietens? That's not a word, is it? Quieten, to make or become quiet and calm. Her mother was trying to quieten her. Okay. So, alright. I learned a form of quiet now, today. What do you know? But to be honest with you, the way things are going, I can already see the other crews are licking their lips, are ready to take this place over. He looks up at you, almost out of luck. What happened? Long story, some people just can't keep promises. Keeps working, twisting aside pipes with care. There we are. Bliss pulls her hands from deep inside the unit, and out comes, clutching a lumpen cube scorched black. This thing must have overloaded and popped half of itself out the other side. Both duck down the side of the unit and spot the exit wound, its edges fringed with more scorch marks. Grab me a replacement converter from the racks, will ya? Where is it? Wilson is already elbow deep in the unit again. You'll see, she waves you away. You kick off from the unit and drift over to the wall racks where a catalog of parts sits secure in clamps. Colored tape and scrawled notes flutter across the wall, a complex organizational system of Bliss's own design. Or just a big ugly mess. You try to pick out the right part. PC transformer. You grab the part and push back to the unit. Bliss taps the casing as you arrive, where an M2 is printed on heavy blue lettering. Not exactly what I was looking for. She takes the part. It's okay, I'll show you the system when we're done. She straightens up for the unit. That's it, if you want to work here. That is, if you want to work here. Bliss rubs her hands clean, looking down at her palms. Truth is, I need a hand here. My partner skipped out on me and left me with a whole mess. You seem more like you might be able to... You might at least be better at spotting clean air filter than Mort's. I'll consider it. Wait, she frowns at the racks. That's not all of it. My old business partner. They rents the place, emptied the accounts. To bid for jobs, we need to put down deposits. Bring in parts, pay tug fees. For that, she looks nervous, embarrassed. We need chits. An investment. Exactly. Partners. Straight split. Bliss settles herself against the unit and looks off into the distance. I guess I look pretty stupid. Here I am asking a random passerby to be my business partner. No offense. She managed to smile. It's pretty weird. She gives me a sideways look. Don't tease me. Bliss goes back to working on the unit. Look, it's no pressure. You found the money, or you find someone who has, or you just forget the whole thing. Up to you. She gestures for you to help her refit the casing, and you both slot it back into place. I think I'm good to wrap this one up for now, but if you're into it, come back and we can bid on a new contract. Something to get our teeth into. Something that pays. She gives you a serious look. You can trust me, I don't say this stuff lightly. Fucking everyone we can trust? Like, we've not encountered anyone bad except for the dude who wants to kill us, and they came from off-system. So everyone in the system who's overthrown capitalism is just a good person. Aside from the gangsters, I guess. But even the gangsters are... We have a meeting set up with a lieutenant of the gang who was very civil the entire time. Trust no one. You kick away from the bay, propelling yourself back in the handholds of the entrance. You slip out with a wave, and as you do, someone slips back in. You hear a blitz as you glide down the passageway. Mortz, I swear to God, if those filters aren't clean. You smile. Seems like this could be interesting. So we interviewed for a scam or opportunity. Bliss seems solid enough, and this might be your best chance to get in on the hub's repair trade. So it cost us 100 cryo to start working there. Reroll all your dice once per cycle. Yeah, that's kind of what I want. Takes 2 as well, that's right. Ascend the rim. If we get one more ship mine fragment, we can build a ship mine and sell it for 150 cryo. Or you try to steal... Oh, that hurts our condition. We'll do that, maybe we'll do this for the whole next run if we have good dice. We'll just come and steal a bunch of shipments. Well, 2 shipments it looks like, right? Unless that's only on failures. Now, though... Oh wait, was there something we could do that cost energy? You know, and then... a ticket out. Somewhere we could... What's a negative result? Just the plus a ticket out? Start. Negative outcome, just +1 to get out. Mina is crying when Lem leaves and refuses to talk to you. The hours crawl by and you're desperate to get out when Lem finally returns. So we had a bad time babysitting the child. Got it. We're only getting 4 dice here. We have to deal with the man who tried to kill us at some point. Oh, dispensary, 80, hey, a discount. And we have 2 pills already, so we could just kind of chill for a little bit. And cycle. Into it. Ready to sell us some tax software, right? That's what they used to do? I spilled a bunch of tea on this very shitty desktop, so I need to wipe it up. Because it does not last, this not real solid wood, this not solid wood, not even real wood, is not, it's not wood and it's not solid, let's put it that way. This is some IKEA corrugated wood. The water or tea on it is very, very bad. They still do, the bastards. Thank you for the redemption, Cogswell. I just bought to dry enough so I can put this silicone thing back down. So we got, we can go. Okay, so we can go up top and do that quest first. Alright, nothing else here is time sensitive. Oh, a new ship has rolled in. Oh no, it is not. That's our buddy ship. We can't kill this man yet. Ethan's vendetta. Ethan may be disarmed, but you doubt you've seen the last of him. Still don't see why we can't just kill him. Why we can't just buy ourselves a gun. They gotta sell guns in this station, right? Any more quests here? No. Alright, let's go up top. Ascend. Become ascended. No? Take it. +1 encrypted key. Branch has been unlocked. Branch. Back to the mainframe. Oh! We still have to do shit here. Slice hardware. Forget hacking the system. Killer has to die. If you can slice the branch connections, the mainframe will shut down, freeing Navigator. Catch a killer. Loop branches. With access to the branches, you could redirect them to form a loop, isolating the mainframe with killer inside, but freeing Navigator, in theory. The protocol has been running a long time. Breaking the mainframe's vital connection will end the protocol. Killer protocol can be isolated without destroyed. A loop of connections would lock it into its closed system. Minus energy. Save our 6 for something else. Gotcha! Continue. As you blink into the cloud, you see the last flicker of life from the mainframe. This vast machine once ran the whole station. Span it up, directed and processed the flow of energy, water, and data, fed the lives of thousands of people. Now it's finally dead. Navigator's beside you, and you both watch as the branches flash and twist like forked lightning until they recede and fade. Killer flickers across the scene, blindly flailing as the system breaks down. They thrash as they blink in and out all around, parts of them disappearing with each returning until only the blade-like head remains, and then that too is broken. It all goes dark. Aaron's eye is now without a center, and yet it is unmoved by the change. Along the rim, the master control points that Erlin, the Haven Age, and Hyphia installed run strong and steady, puppeteering the station from its periphery. This was a long time coming, the navigator drifting faintly around you in a lazy orbit as if to shake off the imprisonment. Killer has been wandering blind for so long. This place was their domain and prison, and they had followed their directives for the many decades they roamed here. They cut the threads of the mainframe, executed its administrator AIs, and then kept slicing. At some point they cut away their own ability to see, to sense, to taste, to speak, and yet they kept cutting, until only those 3 threads remained. For millions that once thrummed here, only their blindness and chance kept them from making those final 3 fatal cuts. There is a ceaseless violence in the kind of system that creates beings like this, those that will execute commands endlessly, even to their own destruction. It is good you ended it here. You kept watching the data points of the station spin around you, blending with the fixed stars. There's something satisfying about finally wrenching the last threads of control from the central point. It was little more than a ghost by the time you reached it, but this place deserves to be haunted by better ideas than a totalizing system of control. Navigator floats beside you. It is free now. The station no longer presents a hazard for illegal entities like me. They turn to you, their face a cloud of shimmering light. In fact, in time, perhaps it can be a refuge. A refuge. The sounds of something that sounds like something of value, something worth building. A dark shape passes across your vision, a distant curve of something like smoke or oil, a fluid shifting tank of total darkness. The Greenway, says Navigator, following your line of sight. It was cut off at the moment of the collapse, so hunter or killer could never reach it. Now it's closed off to us, separated from the cloud. What system's inside of it? It may be totally dark, or perhaps some other old protocols are isolated there. Navigator turns to you. We have now seen what decades of isolation can do to a protocol. If we could extract an access cipher... They pause, then blink out of existence. Sir? You freeze, shocked, but a moment later they reappear with a glowing polygon of data. Here, the cipher you need. You take it, still shocked. I'm not used to being free. To be able to move and explore and extract without fear, without limits. The navigator does a little twirl. This will take some getting used to. Thank you for this gift. They whirl their spheres around you. The entities of this station will always be friends to you, Sleeper. And I to them. It is true the mutual need is required for friendship. But I must admit I had not considered the value of offering assistance without personal gain. I will think on that. Navigator loops around you rapidly, suddenly eager to test their newfound freedom. But first I will explore. Perhaps there are still intelligences that hid themselves as I did, encased in simple systems, cut off. Navigator glows. I should like to free them. And with that they drift away, flickering and glowing, then shifting so rapidly you lose sight of them among the glimmering rim of the eye. You feel a pang of jealousy, free, without a body to weigh you down, or fear to limit you. How must it feel? Your eyes fall on the Greenway and its secrets, though perhaps that can wait until after you've celebrated this victory. Instant karma, reroll our skills. Or we could keep saving and take a +2 or a +2, so that some of our 2s and 3s become infinitely more useful. Reroll or find a place to use it is the question. Maybe find a place to use it. into the rim. We had something. Was this a -1? This is a +1 task. There was a -1 task that I wanted to do. Now I have a 6, so I would like to throw the 6 at it. Caster, you got anything more for us? Nope. I guess go babysit. Go watch this child. Here you go. Mina leads you on a winding tour of the block, chatting to the neighbors and collecting snacks. For a while, you forget about everything else. That was only +1 on a ticket out. Guess that was this is a neutral response on a 6. That's unfortunate. And we're back to going to sleep. Sleep. Starving. We got a 5 though. We got some 5s. That's good enough for our engineering tasks for perfects. Is there? Hey, Rabaya. As you approach the address Rabaya gave you, a heavy hand falls on your shoulder. What's your business here? The enforcer grips your shoulder, giving a hint of strength her implants give her. As you turn to see the same subsidiary eyes as Rabba and Tashiro glinting like mirrors on her cheeks. Jaya, please. The sleeper is here on my invitation. At Rabaya's command, the hand immediately loosens and an apologetic look replaces the scowl on Jaya's face. Oh, of course, Rabaya. I'm sorry. Rabaya waves her away. Don't worry. I appreciate your protective instincts. She smiles at the enforcer. How about you head to the Tambor? They have a delivery coming in. They'll need some help with the lifting. He nods and Jaya nods and walks away. Gang enforcer. You're also a ship unloader. So, sleeper, you came. I'm glad. I was curious. Curious is good. She smiles a tight smile. You have to understand, finding you there in Sabine's unit, I wasn't sure where we stood. There's more than a few people on the station who would rather I was dead. I had to be sure you weren't one of them. I wish you no harm. I'm glad. Rabaya begins walking and gesturing for you to walk with her. She takes you down a staircase into the bustling walkways of the low end. What do you know about the Yatagan? You're a gang. You run the low end. Nothing. You run the low end. We run out of the low end. Yes, we don't run it. People with carts push past moving crates of supplies around the thin and winding passages. Our reputation is one that implies a threat. Is that fair to say? We are framed as aggressors, parasites, and criminals. I mean, who runs low-end town? Who makes the law here? Erlen did. Indeed, you understand the history then. That is good, but Erlen is long dead, sleeper, and his rules were little more than an optimist's manifesto. The eye has changed so much since then. If you had spent your time in the low end, maybe your opinion of us would be different. This is our place, our people. The low end was empty in Erlen's time. They didn't need to house thousands and keep the yards. And keeping the yards and the rotund safe was working enough. No, the low end was reclaimed later when the refugees started arriving. Rabba meets your eye. The collapse didn't just happen here, on this station. When Solom collapsed, the entire system felt it. Colonies were abandoned. The moons of Ember and Cinder suddenly gained independence overnight. Some took advantage, some tried to hold it together, some fled. The Eye became a refuge, and Erlen, to his credit, extended an open hand to everyone, but many within his organization disagreed, and those new arrivals weren't as simple to corral as they had hoped. Rabaya leads you through a small market hall busy with small stalls and traders. Erlen's union was made of workers, administrators, people who were malleable and already organized into hierarchies and networks. The refugees came from different factions and families, were scared, injured, desperate. Conflict was inevitable. Yet again is a child of that conflict. A child born out of the need for us to stand up and claim our future, to provide security and strength. People call us a gang, but we're a community. I take my position as lieutenant seriously, and from my birth, I have worked to earn it. Rabia catches herself before she raises her voice any farther. And you both walk along in silence for a while. Among the smells and textures of the low end, you start to wonder if this place could be a home for you too. Where do I come into this? Rabia smiles to herself and thinks for a moment before she responds. I believe that you might understand the importance as a refuge, so I also believe that you wish to help keep this place safe. He exhales quietly. For this reason, I would like you to trust me. I don't know what Sabine has told you about us, but I imagine it was not good. I'll be honest with you, Sleeper. I was never comfortable with having Sabine as part of Yatagan. An ex-corporate employee, it goes against our nature. But their deal was with Yannick, and I kept my distance. Made sure Sabine had their surgery and kept it supplied. That was all. But I cannot allow people to go back on the promises they have made to us. Yatagan has not lasted this long because of charity. We offer and ask for support. Any betrayal will be treated as an attack. They were trapped, desperate. Meaning on the IR, Sleeper. I'm sorry, but we must ask that our debts be paid in full. Sabine found something. Please, I don't want to hear their accusations. They only want to escape their debt. They would have said anything. But where are they now, to stand behind their claims? Stay silent. You realize that Rabia has led you in a loop, and together you both come back up to the staircase to the walkway where you met. You're free to go, Sleeper. I've said what I wish to say. She looks out through the windows of the walkway. I would protect this place with my life as it has protected me. I want to make that clear. Turns back. However, if you wish to come under its protection, I can help you. Return here if you wish, and there will be tasks for you to complete. Of course there are fucking tasks for me to complete. If you would be able to see, you will be able to see yet again, to see the low end with your own eyes, not as others frame us. As for Sabine, she paused to consider her words. I will not ask you to betray them, but if they contact you again, consider their motives carefully. Tasks! Back to the House of Pain! He who breaks the law must be punished. You've committed crimes against the Eye and her people. With that, Rabia leaves, slipping back into her office while you stare out at the countless units, each a home, each with a story that make up the low end. Plus drive? Become a part of the community? Oh no, work for her. How's that a drive? Kind of like, Into the Greenway is actually useful because you have to do that to find Ashton. Improving the bar is an important part of our identity at the moment. Cool. Oh yeah, we're gonna steal some freight. Randomized is midline security +1. Hey, we got 2 ship mine fragments, so we can build a ship mine. Pretty much all I really wanted to do here. Red exchange is play the exchange. Fabricator, let's make a ship mine. Start action. Now we have a ship mine. We can sell the ship mine. What the hell is this? Oh, it's for Rabia's office. Oh, what are her tasks? Collect tithes. Yet again operates on an in-kind basis, you're told, and tithes or goods or services must be collected in exchange for protection and administration. Not a gang. Totally not a racket. It's a tithe. Patrol the ward. Yet again performs many roles from protection to logistics and everything in between. You never know what you may have to face on the patrol. Okay. Go to the export. Go to sell ship mind. Means we now have the money to go to the other side. And we will learn next loop whether that's a one-way trip or a back and forth trip cost. Go across the Founder's Gap. Hack some brains because we have a 1 and nothing really else to do with it. Hello, sir. Give me your brains. Yep, are you still here? Yeah, it's still the same ship. Alright. Let's go to the bar. Alright, next loop. Where are we at? Oh, we're down to 3? Damn, we should have taken the stabilizer already. Ew. Thing that we must do. No? Maybe we should wait till we have more uses of, maybe next cycle we'll go. So it's a repeatable task that gives us nothing otherwise as freight operator. This is a fuckload of things to do to get on the ship and dip. Oh, we were supposed to go hunting. We want to get our tracker removed. That is... Minji Express. Delivery, that was the one I was looking for before. Start. +1 Fang's target. Yeah, that was the negative one I was looking for before. I actually wanted to do. Hack your brains. Then we're going to eat. Take our pill. So that we're good to go. And then next loop, we're gonna go. Hello, sir. I would like... Oh, no, cancel. I want food next cycle is what I want. Well, this is fine. Actually, no, that's fine. That works. Because it would take 2 if I didn't do that now. Lip? Huh. That later. Got a couple of ones. It's kind of annoying. But whatever, we're gonna cross. A heavily tattooed spacer takes your chits and tells you to prepare. Yeah, no, we're just floating a little here. Camera's a little off. Come on, tell us. No, you don't no tell us ads here. What the fuck is that? Oh, okay. We found a little bit of something else there. Some smudge. Or the lighting, the camera, me shifting back and forth, was not a fan. No tell us though. So now we can just cross, right? Cross the greenway. As you step out into the passage, someone barrels into you from behind, sending you stumbling down the corridor. You turn to see an unfamiliar spacer, laden with heavy gear. She steadies herself, staring you down as if daring to respond. Stubborn ex-expert spacer. Isha. Stay silent. She adjusts the strap on her shoulder, barely giving you a second look before setting off down the corridor. Peek. Peek? Peeky? Peek? Peeky? Sorry, for her, a second spacer smiles at you as apologetically. She's on a mission, and when she's on a mission... Tell her to be careful. Shrug, not a problem. They smile. You're sweet. Peek! Ish stands farther down the corridor, glowering at her friend. She chops at the air, pointing down the corridor to whatever end she's rushing to. Peek raises her eyebrows at you. Esh, please, do you want everyone on the station to hate us? Esh hardens. If they want to hate us, they can hate us. She drops her hip. Not exactly seeing much love as it is. We're lucky they got through before they set up the damn cordon. Cordon? Peek gestures in your direction. See, they don't even know what you're talking about. This station isn't Hawthorne. Not everyone has to follow some corporate policy. Esh sighs. I'm not saying they're part of the administration. She jerks her head in your direction. But I'm saying we need to get these supplies to the Briar before someone starts asking questions. The Briar? That's our ship, Peek explains. Peek! Esh rolls her eyes. What are you doing? Peek ignores her. We're here with the refugees. The ones Haven Edge have cordoned off from entering the station. Esh interrupts. The ones are being quarantined in makeshift vessels that barely made it to the Eye to begin with. The ones that your station administrators have called an existential risk and are running out of supplies while their right to safety is being debated by people with no stake in their future. She quickly looks away, annoyed at her own outburst. Peek sighs. She's right. People are trapped out there, and they turn to Esh. We understand this is a big problem for the Eye. Hundreds of refugees and more ships turning up each cycle. They hold a hand to stop Ish interrupting. But Esh turns away, her burning anger a palpable force in the close quarters of the corridor. They need supplies. After everything they've been through, the quarantine isn't helping. No, that's terrible. Esh looks back at you, her fierceness fading. Peek, please. Esh gathers herself and the supplies. Esh, we need help. Just like the refugees needed us, we need others too. They smile at her. Peek turns to you. Come find us. Of course there's some tasks to do for you too. Peek turns to you. Come find us. The climbing briar is docked at the broken spoke, past the greenway and the wastes. We have a good view of our cordon, though we're keeping our distance for now. Come help us. I squeeze your hand. People have just stopped even mentioning that we are a robot. Esh turns to leave and Peek follows, waving goodbye. A moment later, Esh shouts down the corridor. Don't bother coming empty-handed. You want to help? Show us. Bring supplies or don't come at all. And with that, they disappear around the corridor, Esh already picking up speed as Peek calls her to slow down. A refugee flotilla? Where are they coming from and why? Each time you think you begin to understand this place, something changes. They're coming from the non-free places, is what they're coming. Oh ho ho, we got a lot more station. Hey, is that the refugee flotilla? Because that's a huge ship. That is a huge ship if that's one of the flotilla ships. A couple of small ships out here. Thing. Climbing Briar, escaped XRP ship. Wild Margins, Artificial Wilderness. Iphenia Commune, Self-Sustaining Community. The Waste, Ruined Agricultural Systems. Greenway, Overgrown Biosphere. Simplest way to explore the Greenway is simply to pick a path and set off in its twisted chambers and passages. This carries obvious risks. I mean, I got 2 6s. That should guarantee a positive outcome. That gave us plus energy. Find your way into a well-kept pathway between encampments where carefully planted grooves provide fungus and vegetables. Oh, we're just walking along snacking, are we? Okay. Let's go into the hacker view. Oh, darkness here, nothing more except for that one dot. Hello. Greenway Cipher, Forgotten Cipher, granting access to Greenway systems. The entire Greenway is locked down, shrouded in a dark cloud of shifting currents. What's happening here? Neutral outcome, question mark, question mark, question mark. Cipher burns away as it is slotted, the data sparking like a little touch paper. What has been unlocked? Continue. The cloud. And the data ghosts of the eye. The Greenway rolls beneath you like a slit-choked river. What Navigator said was true, that no one has accessed these networks since the collapse. The Hunter and Killer protocols have never set foot in here, never cleared out the intelligences and systems. So why, you wonder, does it look so dark? Is it just that the bit rot has set in and entropy of systems reducing everything to shadows and light? You watch as the slotted cipher fizzles in the distorted gateway on this entire rim of the station. It flickers and winks out, and then you're falling into the flow. A river of swirling darkness. You're spun by it, twisted by it, lost in it. Not that the Greenway was hiding in the darkness, it's made of darkness. It is filled by this substance, this process, this swarm. Now you're among it and you notice that the swarm is exactly what it is. 1 billion individuals moving in a flow. We found AI society. There's no network map here, no nodes and threads, only a storm of interchangeable points shifting configuration endlessly. We're into the great link of AIs. When you see them, a figure turned away, the only bright spot in the dark river, you push closer through the storm. The gardener. Ingrown farm administrator. They're facing away, at least you think so. They're so fractured, so overgrown that it's hard to tell. Even from this distance, you can see their flesh is moving, flowing. You watch, silent as they stoop and reach down. In their hands is a dark shape, and with twisted fingers, they press it down into the loam of data beneath them, pushing it through this trembling soil. Then they move away, go a little farther, and repeat the process, as if they were sowing a field. You push forward, but somehow, despite their slow and deliberate speed, they move faster, and they quickly fade into the storm. You reach the point where they planted the object and look down. There it is, a glassy, shifting polygon with something inside. You reach down and pick it up. It's cold, but it thums with energy. You look towards the path of the figure, but they're long gone. When you blink out of the cloud back to the leaves and the draped light of the Greenway, you hold a seed in your hand. That'll piss them off. We took a seed, gardener seed. We need to find somewhere it's safe to plant this gift. Okay. And once we plant the gift, we will do something else? Question mark, question mark, question mark? So we discovered the farm stacks. Barter for food. Controls the stacks don't like selling their food piecemeal, but for the right price, they'll let it go. Steal the harvest. There are loads of food here. Why should these farmers keep it to themselves? If you could do it quick, they might not even notice it's gone. Thief. Thief. Oh yeah, you get caught stealing. There's no way you'll be able to work at the stacks. Simple as that. Work the stacks. Some farm stacks from the old station have survived, and the farmers that work them are always looking for new workers. They pay by yield. Okay. Well, this gives us nothing, so we're not gonna do that. Commune. Hyphena member. Newcomers to the commune can work within the canteen, preparing and serving food for those that make the compound their home. The grow beds are the heart of the commune, feeding the members and fueling their lab work. You're invited to assist in maintaining them. Oh shit, do you think they come with a all-natural supplement so that you stop dying? we came up with something we can grow to feed the robot so the robot doesn't die. It's a funny thought to me. Helps a little. What time is it? 6:16? Live? Mike is live. So we'll go over to Mike in a little bit. Cycle or two more. Finish setting up this area. Exploring this area so I can do stuff here. The wild margins. The artificial... whatever. Tracking Ashton. Oh, this we can just straight up start tracking him here? I don't need to do the other side? Minus condition, minus energy. I'll take the risk for minus energy. Rather than hike around the wilderness, you can make use of your skills, tap into the cloud, and find Ashton by the signals. Wastes. Gather scrap. So we need +1 endurance to gain. Apply grills. Eye-grown grill crabs seem like the perfect thing to impress her. Welcome to Episode Flux. Episode Flux is the first of 3 episodic updates to Citizen Sleeper, telling the story of the refugee flotilla that has arrived at the Eye. Completing the action above will begin the story, but be aware that it's intended for late gameplay. Head to citizensleeper.com to find out more. Okay. So that's DLC. Or expansion? Not DLC, it's just free add-ons. It's update. Water? Yeah, I ain't got no water here. Got tea. Cheers. Road is pretty high there. What can I do with a 1? Well, let me buy some barter for some food. What do we get? Shrooms? Shrooms? Got energy. How do I get the mushrooms? Supposed to get mushrooms for Buddy back there, but I don't know how to get mushrooms. Maybe we just keep exploring the biosphere. Minus energy for failure. That seems fine. I'll take that risk. Negative energy. Okay. Try again. Mushroom groves. There you go. Buried fungus chambers. Forage for fungus. Fungus that grows deep groves in the greenware are typically avoided, but those with sharp eyes might find useful fruiting bodies. Real caps. Minus condition. Okay. Or collect spores. While the groove's mushrooms are dangerously inconsistent, spores provide a chance to gather or study these species in an untouched form. Risky. Minus energy versus dangerous minus condition. Okay. Well. Time to go sleep. And then we have to deal with Buddy, who's going to be pretty angry with us after we tried to not have him kill us. Took his gun when it tried. He dropped his gun when he was drunk, so we picked it up and tried to shoot him, but it was empty. The bartender took the bullets. Smart bartender, though. Bartender's like, why would we leave a drunk in here with bullets? That is an awful set of rolls. Miss me? Ethan smiles a ragged smile at you. No. You look at him, he's paler than usual, hunched. He's sporting a black eye and more than a few cycles of beard growth. That's no way to greet an old friend. Friend? Well, colleague? He smiles weakly. This is big, real big stuff about you. Seems more jittery than usual, on edge. Remember how Espinarp canceled the contract on you, the contract I was gonna collect? Seriously, Ethan? I'm guessing you were pretty happy about that shit, overjoyed. Me? I lost everything. But let's not worry about that, he smiles sarcastically. So what do you think? Think that was? Silent. What do you think was... Did you think that was it? Well, it was, except Ethan leaves a dramatic pause. What if old Aspinarp gave the bounty to someone else? Someone who's even more of a shithead than yours, truly. Smiles darkly. What a disaster that would be. Ooh. That's the question, isn't it? Ethan fishes around his pocket for a slip of paper. I've been speaking to some friends, you see, some colleagues about what went down. It turns out Espinarp canceled all their bounty contracts, the whole lot. They seem to have brought someone in-house. Some guy who did so well on their last contract, they offered a job. He leads it. Apparently he made a hit on this ship called the Winter Wonderland or something. It was smuggling sleepers from under Espinarp's big corporate nose. He killed the crew and blew the ship. Ethan whistles. They call him Hemwick or Maywick or something? He gives up looking for the paper. Ah, forget. You mean the Winter Light? That's it. He looks at you hard. So you do know about all this. That was the voice I was using for this man. You do know about all this. He pats you on the shoulder, and he'll be very happy to hear what I'm about to offer you. Given the new information Ethan runs his hands through his greasy hair. Given this new information I brought to light, seems like you're in need of protection. Wait for the pitch. Meanwhile, am in need of assistance in kind. It turns out I upset some people at the compressor the last time we were there. The owners. They say they'll space me unless I work off the debt. Seems like they're that kind of businessman. He grimaces. I'd pay them, but he shrugs and turns his jacket pockets inside out in a mime of poverty. He looks pitiful, even more for his clownish acting. Then work it off. You should be glad, the anger rising him now, that I came here looking and told you this. You think anyone is looking out for you? You are a contract, a name on a list. He kicks the wall. Ethan rubs his temples. I'm sorry, he says. I'm sorry for being a shit and trying to kill you and whacking that thick skull of yours. He sighs. But you think I was going up against this guy? You think I wanna go up against this guy? But us? He jabs a finger between the two of you. We don't have a choice. So you keep me from getting killed and I'll do the same for you. We can help each other out. A straight 50-50 deal. He looks at you. I'm not asking for a favor. I'll think about it. Ethan nods. So I don't have any option to outright say no? Ethan from Ritual Misery. Well, I would help Ethan from Ritual Misery. What? So the bottom lip apparently is the top of the camera. What in the world? That's new. Oh. Okay. What the fuck? Okay, no. I need to see what the hell that is. Okay. Here, let me just, oh, hi. Why are you folded space? So that's folded space. What if we do that? That. Yeah, you feeling better? You're feeling better there, Cam. There you go. Oh, I should have paused the recording. Oh, that's fine. Whatever. I just... that was a needs to be fixed, because what the fuck? Demonstrate in a movie how a wormhole works. I mean, if I throw it up and then it falls back down, it starts to look like it's looping? No. Yeah, it would start looking like it's portals. Ethan nods. I'm at the compressor every cycle working. Just he pauses. Just think about Maywick. Think about the cold-eyed astronaut shit on its way here from the core system. He smiles. That should give you the motivation he needs. Ethan swaggers off down the corridor, throwing his jacket over his shoulder. Can't wait to be working with you, he shouts. Ah. We're not gonna help this man. What is his tasks even? Work the front. I don't even get any money. Oh, look at the size of his debt. Work the front or work the back? Dice are so bad. Oh, we have 3 points now. Oh no, we only have 2. I thought it said 3. That was a one-time fee. Farm stacks. Some energy. Do a lot of missions. How many do we get? We got 1 set of caps, so we gotta do that 3 times. We gotta find somewhere to plant the seed. We have our 1s or 2s. Maybe I will take the skill that lets me re-roll. I would have preferred to save and do something more useful, but you give me a hand like this, and I guess I will take the instant karma. Go home and re-roll our dice. Oh. There we go. Useless hand becomes a real useful hand. NG Express is the one that is giving us thanks targets. Neutral outcomes on 6s, that's annoying. Plus distillery, we're almost at distillery now. And this one can be for someone's brain. Hello, sir. I'll take your brain. A mind taker. I don't need to sell any of this data at the moment. So I guess that's a whole cycle done. What the fuck is this? Maywick. Ethan says Maywick's on their way. You need to leave the station, get protection, or disable your tracker. Yeah, I'm working on it. Threes? Reroll. That's more useful. So we can go back to Ming's Express. I should eat food, actually. That could have been a waste of energy. I do with the two. Two useful here. It says danger. Start action. What is the danger? What can this even be? Yeah, we got money. We got plus on this ship for leaving. And as always with our ones, take your mind. Take another mind. Blew through this cycle real fast because I actually just want to finish this Ming thing so we can actually get the tracker out, and I want to see what happens when we turn us our local pub into a distillery. Okay, so fours are not super useful. Because this is a -1 task. I mean, I guess it'll work. Yeah, we're gonna have to spend both though. There we go, fence targets. Sleeper. Sleeper. You see Fang coming up the corridor as you step out of Minji's. The kelp noodle smell is still clinging to your clothes. He comes up fast and stops close, looking around suspiciously. I don't have long, take these. Feng palms you a couple of those metal thumb-sized drives, ripper worms. My slate's been buzzing like crazy. Seems your delivery shifts have turned up 2 targets. He squeezes your shoulder. Knew you could do it. Now we nailed those snakes. Ready. Good to hear it. He smiles. Hardin's boys are all connected by some closed network. You break the access protocol on both of them, and you should be able to gain the location of the nearest network ports. Slot the ripper worm in those ports on each one, and they'll feed me anything and everything stored in Hardin's shadow network. He smiles. Can't wait to see what juicy plans they have in there. You hear the scuff of boots as a group come up the corridor, likely on their way to place an order with Min Ji. You turn for a second, and when you look back, Feng is already halfway down the corridor in the opposite direction. Raises a hand in farewell and is gone. You run your fingers over the tiny ripper worm drives in your pocket and smile to yourself as you wonder how mad Jenna will be at Feng for this little excursion. Slot some worms. Hardin agent. Oh good, R3 is super useful there. Extract the data. You remember the guy who lived here? He didn't tip. Time for him to see the consequences. You didn't tip me, buddy. Now I'm gonna put a worm into your brain. Oh, 6. Well, I ain't got a 6 here. Let's re-roll this 2. Into a 2. Well. What can I do with a 2? Risky? That's fine. We're almost finished this distillery. Minus energy. Hey, job seems impossible. The tank's too dented, the room's too small. You give up after a while. What is Talia thinking? Alright, well, we're gonna go buy some food and then go for a sleep. And yes, please go to crudge.showbot.tv to vote on our titles. Or not titles, our raid call. 6:30. Because we're gonna raid Mike in a moment. Maybe I'll do one more quick cycle. These have been pretty fast. End cycle. Because we don't have any story bits to slow us down, really. We're just crushing through some simple tasks. Ooh, we can bypass that 6 with a 3, because that's apparently something we gained the ability to do. I don't know when. But 3s. Get in there, 3. No? 4. It's a 4 for a 6. Alright. Bypass. Extract data. Bang! As you walk to the Templar, you quickly spot Feng argue with Jenna. Keep your distance. It doesn't look good. Feng seems to be explaining something, but Jenna's having none of it. She points to the door and Feng walks away, catching your eye as he turns. Could have done with you getting here a minute ago. He glances back at Jenna. Well, either way, it looks like I'm fired. Good news is doesn't look like I'll need the job anyways. He takes out his slate, pulsing with pale light. Let's take a look at what you are really here for. The slate is a whirling mess of code streams coming directly from the ripper worms. They dig through the agent's data and spin in threads for the slate to pick up. Anything good? Feng scrolls the display with a finger. A lot of junk, a lot of dull as hell message threads, a lot of tedious data caches, but Feng's eyes flash. Definitely some good stuff. He stops the screen scrolling on an entry and expands it. Check this out. Feng shows you the screen. You see a bold corporate logo, not Solheim, and one word below. Conway, Feng says. He's working with Conway. Conway Extractions, right? Feng nods. He's been speaking with them personally. Got a whole chain of messages here, but it's mostly encrypted or redacted. He rubs his head. Damn it, this is juicy, but we can't nail him with it. Scroll some more. Wait, what's this? A wasteland reclamation facility right here on the eye. He glances at you. What's the bet this place is tucked in the wastes? Runway set up there? I guess so. Got themselves set up in the wastes. Back before the collapse, people would have gone there by going down this connected spoke from the hub. That spoke's broken now, so the only way is the long way around the rim, past the greenway. He shows you on his slate. Ben's looking away, thinking, Conways have been making moves in the system since the collapse. I heard they took over one of Solheim's old belt colonies a while ago, moved everyone out and reclaimed the whole rock. What's their angle? Hardin has to be offering them something. Hing looks back at the screen, but if Hardin's involved, then we need to check it out. Simple as that. So what's next? How, buddy, I'm gonna be dead if you don't help me, so if you want me to continue helping you to solve this shit, you kind of need to help me, like, now, buddy. Feng stares in the middle of the distance. We have to get to the facility. There are answers to whatever Hardin's been prepping, been planning. Has to be there. We're gonna catch him in the act. Give me 5, maybe 6 cycles, and then I'll see you on the Greenway. I seem to remember there's some old service docks out in the outer shell up by the Hyphenia building. Should be able to play a good place to meet. Feng squeezes your shoulder. Thanks again, Sleeper, for sticking with this. I haven't forgotten about the tracker of yours either, but I'm gonna need to be back in my bay to pull a solution together. He turns the slate around to face you, showing a massive scrolling code. I'm working on a fix in my brakes. He winks. See you soon, Sleeper. And he walks to the door of the Tambor without looking back. Upgrade points. So we used instant karma, so we need to save again. We got a 4, a 3, and a 1. How many more cycles do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's another 24. 3 have passed. We got 21 more cycles. I mean, I might as well finish the bar since I've been doing that. Ella comes to help you for a bit and chats about her plan for the Overlook. A second pair of hands makes the work go easier. Leave. Tala, Overlook owner. I can't remember what voice I was giving Tala. Tala stands from the newly finished still in tub, hands on hips. Look at this! The Overlook's distillery is all its glory! She squeezes you around the shoulders. Thank you! How's sourcing ingredients? Tala smiles. I think I got most of it covered between the food factories and the low end of the farm stacks and the Greenway. However, she pauses. There's an issue. What's the problem? Well, the drink, as you probably guessed, is named after Griot the mushroom. That's what gives it the golden color and the earthy taste. The alcohol's infused with the mushrooms along with a mix of spices. Do you need the spores? That means you need Griot caps to make Griot, but no one wants to supply us. The distilleries in the Greenway are taking all the stock from the farmers out there, so it's hard to get a single cap across Founder's Gap. However, I have an idea. We can grow our own Griot caps here, of course, gesturing to the increasingly equipment-filled back room. Are you sure? Totally sure. Tala puts her hand on the still. We made a still? We could set this up still. How hard could growing mushrooms be? They don't need light. They just barely need soil. We could do this. She pauses. Or at least we could if we had something to grow them from. Like spores? Exactly. Suddenly you feel like you've walked into a trap. Yeah, no, I saw it coming. And you are the perfect person to get me those spores, she nods. Think about it. You built the still, you're great with plants. You know the eye like the back of your hand. Need I go on? Half of that isn't even true. Don't be so modest. She pats you on the shoulder. Look, I can't leave the bar, and the other people are picking up shifts. She grimaces. I'm saying it has to be you. Fine. Wonderful. You'll love it over in the Greenway. I think it has all the fresh air, open space. He sees your expression. Okay, I'm done here. I'm done. She turns back looking at the still and fledgling distillery forming around it. Really is something, though, isn't it? Want to or not, you really have to agree. So how many do you need? 1 set of spores? Oh no, we need 3 sets of spores. Reroll the 1. Ooh, a 4. We might be able to get a spore for that. Or we could finish exploring this place. That's also a choice. Yeah, let's do that. Map the pathways. We got a single one? It said plus plus. Well, I guess that was a neutral outcome. Stock. Why is it that you always have to be waiting for Feng? When is he going to be the one waiting for you? When you're dead. So if I'd focused on leaving, I would have left already on that ship. I've had more than enough time to have finished building that ship out. This is fine. Not what our goal was. Our goal is to experience as much of the random bits of story as we can in a playthrough. Cycle. Over the mushroom? Oh, the mushroom groves are there. Reroll these 3s. Oh, jeez. Of course, we got even worse. Need food. I'll pay the 1 extra to not go back. Oh, I could have spent the 6 though and gotten full energy. Wait, that only gives 2? Oh, that's a shit buy then. Never again. We'll just cross back to our guaranteed 3 for 15. New drive discovered. New drive is what? I'm in the Greenway. Grow mushrooms. The area would be a perfect place to grow mushrooms with some work, that is. An endurance task. Once a corporate garden for impressing guests with gene-tweaked birds. This chamber is a mess of overgrowth. You can change that. Gene-tweaked birds, you say? Mushroom groves. Collect spores. What's a 2 give us? Minus energy. Double minus energy. A mushroom. I don't know what I'll do with these ones, but... the negative of this one is plus 15. Let's see what a negative outcome is for this. Minus condition. Yeah, it doesn't say that anywhere. Yeah, a rough shift is in cramped conditions. You can feel the wearer is working where this work is imparting on your body. Wonder if it'll all be worth it. So we're going to take our last stabilizer. Oh my gosh, it's 10 minutes to 7 already. I guess we'll just raid night attack. I'm enjoying this game too much, clearly. Oh, that's a good roll. Feed me, bro. Got the caps. Go back across and see what we get for the caps. Oh wait, this feeds us energy, so we don't need to do that yet. We can do other things. We'll deal with whatever quest pops up after. And we can also start tracking our friend over here. Look for tracks. Does this take 2 energy regardless, rather than hiking around the wilderness? You notice a spike of activity, a vast transfer of information taking place. What is happening out there? Alright, let's find this dude. Tracking Ashton. Key seems to think Ashton's out here somewhere. But where? Kita, stranded mercenary. Trail ahead extends deep into the overgrown section of the greenway. At this far end of the ring, where the long, lazy curve of the greenway becomes the shattered landscape of the waste, things are oddly quiet. Ahead stands a vast farm stack, broken from its axis by rust or force and lying amongst the overgrown landscape like an ancient temple. It is stained with moss and algae, flows of green running out from its broken tanks like a frozen, brackish tide. This is where Ashton is hiding, you're pretty sure. All your intuition points to the shadows beneath this collapsed superstructure. You roll the comm headset. It gave you in your palm. You slip the headset into your ear and it fizzles with static. After a few moments you hear Akita, "Sleeper, have you located the target?" Doubt enters your mind. Can you be sure he's here? Yes. Copy, hold tight when I get there. Handle's dead. You hold your position and watch the trail. Ahead the stars wheel with the motion of the eye and your mind wanders. You try to imagine what this place looks like before the collapse. All ordered rows of crops, corporate pleasure gardens, glowing farm stacks. Now it's a wilderness, a strange overgrown biosphere bordered by a void of space. You smile. Despite everything, it seems like an improvement. Sleeper, Akita's hiss brings you out of your Riviera. He's in the collapsed stacks? Yes. Okay, you seem confident. He slaps you on the back. Well, there's no way I'm following that trail. If he's up there, he'll have eyes on that for sure. She glances across the landscape. Let's keep to the undergrowth, work our way around. He heads off towards the central spine of the Greensway with you following close behind. It's slow going there, but the overgrowth meets the metal wall. Where the overgrowth meets the metal wall, but it's so concealed that you can barely see the glass roof high above. Kita somehow knows where to go. Kita works her way through dense undergrowth, pushing aside branches and fronds. It's exhausting and you desperately want to rest, but Akita shows no signs of letting up. Ahead there's a faint glow from the collapsed stack. Akita leads you around the side to a broken tank. You both step through the opening, trying to avoid the broken glass that sits among the moss and algae. You work your way up the slanted tank, Akita setting a deliberate pace. Somewhere water drips and you swear you hear bird song. Hanging plants catch the light, coating the place in a pale and sickly green. Akita reaches the edge of the tank where it meets the central drum and holds up a hand for you to stop. You inch forward and look over the edge. The vast drum is like a cistern, with plants growing on all sides and wet mossy islands at its base. It's beautiful, and for a moment you can't see anything but tones of green. Then you see the sleeper. A faint circle of light descending down through the drum. The sleeper lies slumped at an odd angle. They're surrounded by crates, and beside them, on one of the mossy islands, there's an object. A cylinder set on a tarp, connected to the sleeper's head. You flinch. Are they one of the others? One of the ones that escaped with you? You squint, trying to recognize them. They're twisted, broken open, wrong. You look away. Kita doesn't look at you. She doesn't look at the sleeper. She fixes her eyes on the object. That's Amber's ship mine, she says, and you suddenly recognize the cylinder. You turn to Akita to speak, but she's already gone. She drops off the edge of the tank and lands on one of the mossy islands, her armor letting out a hiss as it absorbs the impact. A shot hits her shoulder piece, the ceramic armor crackling but holding as she braces for the impact. Then she launches herself towards the now activated armor, launching her across the drum. Another shot goes wide before she reaches the cover of the crates beside the sleeper. Shit! You hear a shout from one of the tanks high on the wall, far above. Kita reaches over and wraps a hand around the thick connection between the ship mine and the sleeper. What is she doing? You better come down here or I'll rip this right out of their head, she screams at the wall of tanks. You shiver at the suggestion. Stay silent. There's a long pause. All you can hear is the dripping of the water running down the walls of the drum. Then Ashton calls out, Coming down. Coming down, Akita. Don't do anything stupid for God's sake. He appears on the far side of the drum, stepping down through the shallow water, rifle raised above his head. Drop the gun, Akita shouts. He throws it down onto the moss. As you lean out to watch, you can see him catch your eye, clocking your presence. What are you doing up? What are you up to here, Ashton, you sicko? She stands, keeping her sidearm trained on his head. You ripped my ship mine for what? Some freakish experiment? Ashton approaches with shaking hands, his eyes now fixed on the connecting bundle of wires that Akita still has of hold. Steady, Akita. It isn't like that. I needed the ship mine. You have to understand, they would have died without it. What are you talking about? I don't give a shit why you ripped my ship mine and crippled my ship. I should put you down right now. She tightens her grip on the connection. Typical of you, Akita. No curiosity. Ashton smiles shakily. That's why I never asked for your help. You only look after yourself. He nods at you. That sleeper up there. Are they just bait, right? To draw me out? Akita sucks in a breath. Are you trying to give me raw reasons to shoot you? I love them, Akita. Oh, okay. That's not the change. That's not where I thought this was going, but this works. He loves this robot. I love them, Akita. Ashton looks at the crumpled sleeper. I love them and they were going to die. I knew you would never understand that. He starts closing the gap between himself and Akita now, slowly inching forward. Don't do that, Ashton. Akita smiles. Don't do that. Let the wires go, Akita. Let us go. If you don't get out of my way, he inches closer. Please. I can't let you take it, Ashton. Akita hardens her stare. You stole it from me. You left me for dead. She shakes her head. You think I'm gonna trust you after all that? I need it, Akita. I need them to survive. Ashton is in reach of the sleeper now, of Akita. I'm going to take them now, Akita. He raises a hand. I'm going to take the ship mind and go. Akita loosens her grip on the connection a little. Her hand is shaking now. Stop, Ashton. Stop. She lowers the gun a little. Stop. Seeing her drop her guard, he makes his move. A blur of movement, struggle, a shot, and another. You recoil back behind the edge as they ricochet around the inside of the drum, the sound deafening you. When you crawl back to the edge, Ashton's bleeding in the water, the red and the green. Ashton's standing at the center of the drum, the severed connection in her hand. The water drips endlessly, drip after drip after drip. You force yourself to look at the broken sleeper. There's no sign of life, humanity. They're just another broken object among other broken objects, while all around, living things grow and thrive. Peter finally looks back up at you and looks back up at you. Tears in her eyes. She begins to say something that might be sorry, but you're already gone. Yeah, she killed that dude. She killed that robot. Another robot dead. Night attack is up. Well, we just helped kill one of our own kind. That's not exactly how I thought that was going to go. Go see if we can grab some spores while we're here. Could have rerolled that 3. Hey. I assume she's gonna pop up at some point. Talk to her about what happened? Weird. I mean, I assume when she goes back to her ship. We can stop here and we can give you Spore. Start. You can't cancel it while it's doing the working thing, which I don't know why there's even a bar for working. It just draws out any of the interactions. So cute, says Tell, looking at the container of spores. Her excitement is infectious. First batch, 6 days. Yo, from spores to brew in 6 days is pretty fast. And that's gonna be it. We're gonna go do this, hit end cycle. This should change this to say that last auto save was basically already just now. 28 seconds. That's all we need.